So, with that, we've got the A team here. These people are going to get down and dirty. Susan and I are going to talk a little bit about how to think about your career journey. We're going to talk about charting the course to where you want to get to, and then how to think about your skill set now. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? And what is it going to take for you to get from point A to point B? After we talk about that, we're going to be brief. We promise we're going to actually go to the whiteboard. We're going to go to your Surface books, whatever you feel comfortable with, to really think about what is it that I want to do. We're going to have some specific things you're going to be able to write down and think about that critically. And if you get writer's block, we're going to be here to help you. Our hardcore Canadians are going to be here to help you. And it's going to be a great discussion. I'm looking forward to it. So go ahead.
Absolutely. All right, so to jump right into it, Microsoft, this is a company with 112,000 employees, which boggles my mind. My hometown was 30,000 people, 4 times the population of my hometown. And 48% of those jobs are in engineering roles. That's a lot of possible jobs that you could go after, and that's just at one company. You know, there may be other companies you want to work for. There's so many options out there that you've got to choose from. The US alone is forecasting 4.2 million IT jobs by the year 2020. Now that sounds like a lot, but equally true, there's a lot of students graduating every year. So there's a lot of jobs out there. So the challenge is, of course, finding the right job for you. Well, A, finding a job, and B, finding the right job. So how do you get the job you actually want? This is what the key is. And this is what we want to help you sort of think about so you can increase the chances of ending up where you want to be. So when you start off, it can really be like navigating a maze. There's almost too many choices, too many companies, small companies, start up my own company. Do I join a startup? Do I go to a big company like a Microsoft? If I join a Microsoft, do I want to be an SDE or a PM or this technical evangelist thing? What the heck is that? Maybe that's what I want. Are there other jobs at Microsoft I've never even heard of? Right? There's so many choices. And in the end, what's great though is you control the path you take. And the other thing that's good news is you're allowed to change your mind. They say most people on average change careers 4 times in their lives. Not jobs, careers. So don't feel like if you make a choice now, that's it. That's what you're doing for the rest of your life. You can change your mind along the way. It is okay, and that's normal. But you need to have some idea as you're looking towards graduation of where you want it to take you. So it helps to think of it one step at a time so it's not too overwhelming. So we've basically got 6 steps, sort of your 6 steps to taking control of your career and starting it to go down the path you want. The first is creating a career plan. Come up with a self-assessment, so just a little introspection. Build a LinkedIn profile. Yes, people do get jobs through LinkedIn. It does happen. Build a really good resume. Build a yourname.com. A paper resume is one thing. You're limited to that 1 page or 2 pages. An online website that's all about you, you can be as many pages as you want. And you can brag about anything you want. It allows you to showcase so much more of what you're capable of. Build your network. Getting that first job, you may have a wonderful recruiter who helps you find it. Once you graduated, it's all networking. It really is. It's unusual to get a job just because you submit a resume. And networking can help you get the right first job too. So Gavin, why don't you start first?
Okay, first bullet point. So yeah, I think really creating a career plan is about thinking about what your passions are. You know, there's things that you can do that feel like they're a labor, and then there's things that you can do that feel like they're really a labor of love. And you really want to figure out where you can get lost in time. Oh, I was writing some code and it's 6 hours has gone by. You might want to be a software developer. You know, what are your strengths? I had a boss that gave me some great advice around play to your strengths, right? Not to ignore your weaknesses, but to really focus your efforts on what you're good at and what comes naturally. And then it's about tying it together. You know, if you like to write code, if you like to do some of the machine learning guess and check stuff and munch data, you're going to find jobs that are going to align with that. And then the size of the company. So Microsoft is great because it's got 120,000 people.
112,000 employees right now.
Lots of people, lots of opportunity, lots of bureaucracy. I mean, right?
There's a little paperwork, yeah.
A small company, a startup, might be selling you on possibilities, right? The possibilities of making it big. You might have to have a more diversified portfolio in your job description. So try it out. Try an internship at Microsoft. Try working for a nonprofit or a smaller company. And then where do you want to live? Do you want to live in a large city and walk to work? Do you want to telecommute? You know, these are all going to be things that are going to play into what kind of opportunities you're going to line up for yourself.
And once you have some idea of where you think you want to go, then it's time to actually give yourself an honest assessment of where you're at now. So you have an idea of what you think you might want to do. Well, you know, I've got an idea if I want to be a great coder, and I think I want to be a program manager, and I'm like, do I actually have the skills for that? What are my actual strengths now? So I'm looking for gaps. What are the areas where I need to grow if that's the job I want? Do I have the right skills for that job? And what work experience do I have, and what work experience am I missing? So I need to find those gaps. I mean, it's like making yourself a little checklist. If this is my dream job, make a checklist of what a manager would be looking for. Which of those ones can you check off now, and which ones do you need to do something to get those checked off?
Building a LinkedIn profile, like Susan said, is incredibly important. I've networked with a ton of people and had some non-trivial, opportunities come my way because of LinkedIn. It starts with the fundamentals, right? It starts with your objective. It starts with putting your work experience on there. Don't be afraid to sell yourself. You need to be, just like with your resume, totally truthful, totally able to speak to any of the things on your profile. Definitely, mix it up with people, endorse people. You can write articles. There's all sorts of things on LinkedIn that you can do. There are not a whole lot of people that have that all-star rating. So if you just go ahead and do a comprehensive job of populating, your LinkedIn profile, you'll see gaps. Oh, volunteer experience. Yeah, maybe I should give back to the community a little bit more, or maybe I should put the things that I've done in the community on there. And of course, including links to your work. What I like to do, I've uploaded all my patents that I've had here at Microsoft. That's a great opportunity to show thought leadership and concrete contributions. I've uploaded PowerPoint decks, PDFs, photos. Make it visual, make it pop, and keep it up to date. I'm really bad about checking messages and making updates, work history, that kind of a thing. It's going to help you, especially when you're actively looking for a job, to visit it regularly. See?
If you keep it up to date, don't put code words in there and publish stuff that's not supposed to be public. People mine data out of LinkedIn and find out a lot of stuff that potentially should not be leaked out when you do get that job and you're working at that first company.
Yep.
That's true.
You can't get fired. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't start saying, I'm working on Project Himalaya.
Right.
Which is not actually released yet, and no one's supposed to know it's called Project Himalaya. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, people can actually get leaks through LinkedIn. So yes, make sure what you're putting in there in terms of your work experience is stuff you're allowed to share. Yeah. And and key things about staying active on the LinkedIn networks. And I will say, assume if you're going into an interview, that person who's interviewing you has looked at your LinkedIn profile. Assume it. Yep. They've looked you up online, I guarantee it.
Look me up. I'll connect with you. Look at my profile. I'd love to help you guys.
I will connect as well. If you send me a Facebook request, for me that's a personal space. I do not connect to anybody for work on my Facebook, but I will accept LinkedIn requests.
Yep.
That's my work network. Building a great resume. You guys have had some amazing discussions here with the recruiter who has told you, I'm sure, lots of great stuff about advice, what they look for in resumes. But obviously, like contact information, what school you're from, make it scannable. What's really key is if there is a pile of 200 or 500 resumes, they need to be able to glance at it and go, that's a yes. Like, let's consider them for an interview at a glance. Like, I'm talking 5 seconds. I glance down, I see the bullet points, boom, 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 boom. Yes, the key points are there. So that's something else to keep in mind. It's going to be very quickly scannable. Once I've selected you as a possible interview candidate, I'll go back to it and look at it more closely. But if you have a very wordy resume, even though you hit the points, I may not have time to read it if it's a big pile.
Should I worry about spelling and grammar, Susan?
Oh, yeah. It's first truthful, never lie, and there it is. Hey. No grammar or typing mistakes. I'll tell you what are the other rules. When I go through a pile of resumes, I'm looking for an excuse to put you in the no pile. I'm sorry, but that's how I do it, because I have to narrow it down. If I've got 250, I can't interview 300, 100 candidates. So I'm going through looking for an excuse to put you in the no pile. If it says, Dear Google, that's another mic. I'll have cut and paste from cover letters when people are doing multiple companies that says, Dear Google, when you're applying to my job. That puts you in the no pile, and a typo puts you in the no pile. It's that simple. If you've looked at it 20 times, read it from the bottom up. Read it backwards. It's a good trick for finding typos when you've been staring at something for a long time.
Yep.
And keep it up to date. What I actually recommend to students is set yourself a calendar reminder at the end of each semester to update your LinkedIn profile and your resume. End of each semester and end of each work term. So 3 times a year, I think you should be updating your LinkedIn profile and your resume.
Does anyone sit down to write their resume and just think, what am I gonna do here? How do I get started? How about finding a great resume? Talk to your recruiter, talk to your MSP programmer, get a great example. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. It's just about getting yourself down on paper. I love this one, buildyourname.com. Why not register your domain name? Why not have a technically deep, great reading blog that really expresses your personality?
It doesn't even have to be a blog. I mean,
No.
it can just be links to cool projects you've worked on or information about you and your passion. If you're into graphic design, examples of your work. It doesn't have to be a blog, because a blog's high maintenance.
A blog is high maintenance. It's definitely a commitment, and if you're going to make the commitment, keep the commitment.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's a way to define your online presence. A good point, may or may not include a blog. Links to your work. It's a great place to, again, it's a live online resume of sorts. You can have fun with it. I would really encourage you to have a lot of fun.
And if you're trying to get a job in something like graphic design, and you're trying to showcase your design skills, this actually becomes part of your portfolio.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, showcase your technical skills. If you want to share something, this is a great place to share it.
Yeah.
And yes, it complements and expands on your paper resume. Scott Hanselman is awesome. He's an awesome public speaker. We had him at Build this year, and he has a blog. He has Hansel Minutes. He has a ton of Channel 9. The guy is a machine, and it's a great example. Again, if you don't know where to start, take a look at Hanselman.com. It's a great example.
And that's the image he has on the front page. Hi, I'm Scott. That says something. It speaks to you when you say it.
Yep.
The last one is networking is so important. Yes, you do have to walk up to that person at the event and introduce yourself and go, hi, my name is. Even if you're uncomfortable doing it, you have to build that skill. It's going to be really important for you. Ask people to be your mentor, especially if once you define what that role is you want, see if you can find somebody who works in that space and ask them to be your mentor. You want to know how I got my new job? That was it. My manager's manager was my unofficial mentor. And look where I'm working now. That worked out really well for me. I got that job through networking. Gavin already knew me.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, now we're working together. But
Yep.
he already knew me. So it meant when I applied for the job, they automatically put me in the maybe pile because they already knew something about me. So it made it easier for them to consider me. So networking is really, really important.
I had a mentor give me a job just to back that up, and I also had a mechanical engineering student that was he got a job here. I got a job through networking through his professor. So definitely.
Yeah. I heard somebody once summed up beautifully. It said, find but 3 people who can help you the most. So identify 3 people who can help you the most with your career goals. And that's a nice way to concretely think about it. Look for opportunities. If you have a chance to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody influential, take advantage of it. I actually had to be taught to network. I told this to my manager, he burst out laughing. He couldn't believe Susan ever didn't know how to network, because now I'm a networking machine, I admit it.
Yep.
But when I started out in my first job, I was terrible at networking. And I actually had a manager pull me aside and said, Susan, you're not getting well recognized at this company because you're not being seen. You need to be more visible. So I decided a couple of simple rules. I decided anytime my manager was taking people out for lunch, even if I had plans, I would go out with the manager for lunch. Simple thing. Even though I packed a lunch, if there was a chance to go to the man, and the other thing I blatantly did is I kind of waited for the seating to see if I could end up sitting opposite or beside the manager. Totally did it, and yes, those are simple little things you can do that just give you a little opportunity to network. And I guarantee you other people are doing it.
And like you said, you never know who you're going to meet. Practice your elevator pitch. Who are you and what are you working on? You should have those 30-second to 90-second pitches down pat.
Yeah, absolutely. And as again, find the 3 people who can help you the most. So, that's enough of us talking. We want to give you guys time to think and to actually write it down. Working in pairs. So, person sitting next to you, or in 3, if it has to be an odd number at a table, that's totally fine. You can go up to the whiteboard and you can use OneNote. But we want you to literally start thinking about those first 2 ones. What are your career goals, and what are the gaps, or what are your strengths and gaps that are stopping you or will help you reach those career goals? And as you're working on that, we'll walk around, chat with you. We got lots of different expertise in the room. Every one of these people has amazing skills. They've all found jobs that they're passionate about, that they love. You saw how many different paths we took to get there. So lots of people around to talk to, even if you just want to get their advice. But think about what you want and what do you need to do to get yourself there?
We'll keep this up between 4:30 and 4:45, and then at 4:45 we'll transition to thinking about self-evaluation. Where am I now, and how do I get to where I want to get to go to? So go ahead and work on your machines, find a person next to you, walk across the room, find someone, grab a whiteboard, whatever's comfortable. Think about these questions. You can expand on this, you can rip on this.
Use your charger.
Yeah. Thank you.